What up? What up? How are we doing? Welcome, welcome. We have our AG set up with a Void Forge now, thankfully. We've made changes since yesterday. We are now currently on a kind of scuffed version of the medium budget. I say scuffed because I was in Abyss and T17s earlier, so I took some points for this. I also do not have the Megalomaniac, so I did this instead. But these are things I probably want to add to the medium budget just to keep the cost a bit lower, because the Megalomania can be expensive, and the more people want to play the build, the more expensive it will get. So it's something that I will probably remove from the thing and then add it to the high budget, which means I kind of need to replan it a tad. But yeah, so far so good. Right now we are doing a strat where oh yeah, I switched my mercenary to war priest just so it could actually finally give me garb. Then I'm now using a delirium shrine high strats because I do want to roll a heist runner at some point, and I figure I might as well start keeping blueprints and whatnot towards that end. But B, I also kind of want to farm lab runners, not lab runners, mercenaries. I want to get kineticist, and that involves doing a lot of maps every hour. So this just seemed like a heist-esque strat just seemed like the best thing for that, essentially. That's what we're doing. Ice mixed with delve, mixed with delirium, mixed with shrines, etc, etc, etc. But that reminds me, I now use this for, it's basically like the numlock trick, so to say, but except my keyboard doesn't have numlock, so I have to use something to pretty much press the button that the numlock would be pressing. So it's kind of like using a numlock trick, and the reason I'm doing that is the best way to do a bit strats on, well, on minion builds pretty much, because what effectively is happening is I have it's constantly deactivating and reactivating automation, and if you didn't know, that actually counts as spell casts, weirdly enough. Turn it off and on. So what do I mean? I can go next to one of these guys and just stand, not press anything, and they'll open because it's constantly deactivating and reactivating my automation. And if I think it needs a little help because it does have a cooldown, I can then just cast my mark. And because it's penance mark, it doesn't actually cost. Oh, it does cost mana. Well, it costs a negligible amount of mana, so ends up being fine. Oh. But yeah, once I get my kineticist, life is kind of chill. But so far my luck hasn't been great. I've seen 2 sanguine mantas, but that's about it. One thing I'm doing now that I probably don't want to eventually is I'm using I got awakened gems for 1 and 2. These guys were expensive, but I got them because it would allow me to run reflect maps. That said, I don't think my mercenary is immune to reflect maps either, so it's not like it's free yet. But I don't think he doesn't do enough damage to make it problematic. So we're kind of taking it as we go, and eventually, if it's problematic, I will give him a replica Alberons, if I can. Probably can't, now that I think about it. I'd have to find a way to turn off his, you know, reflectable damage and make him do only chaos, and Alberons is the easiest way to do it.
I'm of House Kyaxon.
Brother. For context, I've done over 20 maps so far, and you know, haven't seen a single version of the Merc. Now, keep in mind, for this Merc, I want the Merc to do two things. I do eventually want to have a heist runner, and I think for that heist runner, this Merc would be best in slots, simply because it can actually kill enemies. So I kind of almost want to make that character into somewhat of an aura bot for the mercenary, for the what's her face, for the heister. What up, Dave? Oh, something I forget to actually reactivate the daily encounter, or deactivate it. The second positive about farming Delirium is eventually I would like this character to be able to AFK simulacrums, and if we do get to that point, which we plan to, then if we get to that point, then we'll have a surplus of simulacrums, which would have been self-farmed pretty much. Do I think I can AFK right now? You went back to Spectres? Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. What was your pet pet peeve with Spectres again? It was like mercenary, I think.
This choice carries weight.
Consecrated path, generosity smites.
You stand at a crossroads. Choose wisely.
I think what I have is fine.
Your valor is his to measure.
Do I have any fix for what? Oh yeah, I can't hit that while I have the hotkey pressing B. Merc died. Yeah, like if you really want your Merc to live, I would say you follow the Rippy content version of the Merc. It provides less damage uptime than the base version, but it's also a lot more survivable. You do have to craft gear, so be aware. But my Doriani Merc was basically, well, he was very strong. I don't know what last time he died. The key is giving him a ton of regen. You need him to have a ton of regen while also capping his res. What was that weapon called? Devour weapon. Devour weapon. Eval weapon? My Merc was using a Dark Seer. It's not a Val weapon. If I forget. Lol. But yeah, it's dark steer that can apply malediction. Then for the offhand, you can do for the offhand we still opted for a Matua because why not? Aura effects, zealotry, wrath, all of that. And then for amulets, it's eternal damnation. I think the Merc command should still be valid for the what's his face, for the defilers. I haven't updated it for this one yet until I have an actual decent Merc setup going. Right now my Merc isn't really, well, not really wearing anything of note, just this. I need to get kineticists, then we can start like actually getting gear that would help. Yeah, wait, my AG had so much defiance and got one shot at Uber. He got so much defenses? Is that what you meant to say? I mean, I don't think my AG is going to die on Ubers. It also depends on the Uber, technically, but I've done Ubers on with AGs in the past and it's always fine. Depending on how you build them. Oh god. Well, how are we running out of swords? Care to explain? Are we not hitting the person that has the mark? Is that it? Do we have less curse effects? No, we do not. So what gives? That was weird. All right. I had no weapons at all with bosses. Even with 4 terror rings, they all die. I mean, again, like, I'm not building the same way other people build. I'm building to be able to deal with single targets, and that involves things like blessed rebirths, where my minions, once they are created, cannot die for 4 seconds. I also have penance mark, which creates a constant stream of enemies that I can kill for swords. These are things that builds I have seen at least typically don't take, because, you know, they don't feel the need. I prefer the comfort of it. All right, we have simulacrums. We have 5 of them actually, so that's kind of nice. We have a bunch of deli orbs, all going for, how much are these deli orbs going per divine? You're always a special. Lol. I just like building a certain kind of way, and it helps that, you know, it helps that I learned to build craft, because I feel like I really like my builds in a certain kind of way, and I don't see that too often elsewhere. Like the things I prioritize in a build. Like, it's the same way for a lot of chains of commands. People have glass cannon approaches to it, and that's fine. But I am not much of a glass cannon enjoyer. I like being tanky. Like, I genuinely enjoy being tanky. So you're not gonna catch me doing that. You are most definitely not gonna catch me doing that. I want to make it better. I want to have a mirror in 1 week. If I don't in 1 week, I can give it away on stream. Do you accept? Wait, you want to make a bet that you will have a mirror in a week, and if you don't have it in a week, you would give what away? Like you want to give the progress to the mirror? Oh, so you're saying if you make it in the week, it's fine, but if you don't, then you give away the mirror. I don't think giveaways are. I think giveaways are against TOS, right? For streamers. I feel like I remember seeing that quite a bit. I don't think I actually can, even if I wanted to. Not giveaways. What do you mean? I think GGG saw it as a form of like low-key RMT, because if you were to give away wealth as a streamer, that would encourage people to watch you, so that you could then give away, and that has some IRL benefits, because now you have more people watching you and all of that. So it's actually against TOS to do giveaways as a streamer. Something along those lines, at least. I'm pretty sure that is a thing. All right, let's roll our next set of strands. Surely this is the 20 maps that's actually going to get us our mercenary, right? If we run out of strands, we'll have to go back to T17s and just farm some more Abyss. I don't really care to do it or to not. I think the Abyss strat right now, with like being able to perma press that and all of that, like actually open the chest without just spamming a button, I think it feels decent. All right, I don't remember what my rejects was. Let's just open poe.re and get that real quick. Copy, paste. We only care about having them be rares. We don't care too much about anything else. Is there anything here that is not? Now we've done 20 times. All right. And apparently, well, no, let's put everything here and let's re-get some skill up, shall we? Oh wait, greetings. I just realized Egan actually has memory tiers. This is part of the profit of this strat. Going with Egan, like just blitzing through his memory strands as well. Because I mean, this one is Chamber of Impurities, Saj. I've been searching for a tank here. Change the command build for ages. Yeah, I like making mine a bit tankier. Like my poison variant is probably one of the tankier ones you'll see out there. And that one, I mean, it doesn't go near as high as like some other people in terms of DPS, but I'd much rather have like a good 40 mil DPS and be pretty tanky than have like 100 mil and then be paper. kind of where I'm at with that. This guy, on the other hand, this is what the POB currently looks like. Brother in Christ, stop it. This is what the POB currently looks like. This is the mid budgets, which has some decent numbers with no flasks. I think defenses are up because we have really good uptime on it, because we are scaling so much duration, and we also have the Val version. When the Val version is up, which this lasts like 20 seconds, you have even bigger max hits. And when that is off, you have Molten Shell last quite a bit as well. There is one thing I want to change on this version, and that's going to reduce its damage, which is this Megalomaniac. We're going to remove this. And instead of the Megalomaniac, we're going to be doing a medium cluster with Blessed Rebirths. And they are going to be doing Enduring Composure in there. There. Something like this. And now we need to save 2 points elsewhere, which I think it's this guy. Because this is a much cheaper endeavor, so to say. So 53 mil, and we have good access to endurance charges. Okay, I'm fine with this. It's kind of what I'm already doing in game, because I couldn't afford the Megalomaniacs. So I'm just, actually I could buy it, but like I think it was overpriced, so I just didn't. And then when we go for the high budget, the plan is to go for 90% all res, or not all res, all early res. Chaos res will probably just stay 75 because that has never been easy to cap. Past that, we'll see. I know for the high budget version, like I want to have a, for the high budget version, I want to have an adorned. That's one thing I really want to have for the high budget version, because I think that's going to give me a lot of damage. And past that, we're going to want to meet as many different jewel sockets as possible. So the trick will be finding how to get defenses and make sure we have a decent life pool alongside the damage we get with Mage Blood, which is why I think Mage Blood will work, because Mage Blood is going to most likely hard carry our defenses in that version. All right, where's the mercenary? That's what I want to see. Anyone else is not needed. There.
I am the judgment of innocence. Made. The judgment is yours to make. Prove your. Let his power be known. I'll take it then. I have no need of it.
My Val Molten Shell is still up and will probably remain up for the entirety of my boss fights. Is the ironic thing. Still on Val Molten Shell, by the way. Sure. Did I end the delirium? I didn't. I don't think I ended the delirium. Saj. Can I pick it up? Thank you.
I'll never wear chains again, Caton or otherwise. Choose quickly.
A part of me feels like I should just exile strength, pure strength, because I'm not going to be using them. And they show up so frequently, so I'm just going to do it. They genuinely show up so frequently.
At least you didn't change.
That's a lot of rewards. So I missed out on these many rewards and daily orbs. Sad. All right. Chamber of Impurity. I need Courtyard of Wasting, so I don't even need to quality this up. All right, cool. I need core. This is the one like I don't want because this has nothing to do with my challenges. It has nothing to do with anything else. It's just a time waster, more or less. Can I link you a couple armors for that you're prepped for recombinating? Sure. At Deconic in game, like that's if you add Deconic, you should be able to hit me up. You
My gyms and I'll make short work of you.
many shots. I feel like this is a decent carry. Merc.
What'll it be then?
Give me a quick second. Let me send someone a message. All right. So what are the things you sent me? There's this guy who has plus armor and specters. Who is he pairing with? Also, you want to keep these guys magic. Not magic. You want to make them rare. Magic items can only have one prefix. So ideally, you want them to be rare. Any of them. So this guy has armor and specter, so ideally it would mean the chess piece you're going into would need to have armor and specters. But because armor doesn't naturally roll on an ES base, depend on what base are you trying to get it on. Armor EV. If it's armor EV, this guy can go with anybody that has just straight up life on the chess piece. Straight armor. You're trying to move it to pure armor. If that is the case, then this guy can pair with any hybrid armor bases that have armor, and that would go in and give you a decent chance at keeping your +1 specter on a random base chosen. Then this one would pair with either a pure armor chest that has only +1, where you can benchcraft flat life, or something with life with specters and life and no other prefixes. Like this one, for example. This one doesn't have any prefixes, so you can just benchcraft life and pair it with this one, and you're chilling. you can transfer them to Legion, like to which to you can transfer them to pure to any of them. Like this one you can. If you're trying to get them on Legion plate, you can. It's completely RNG which base it picks. Like this guy, for example, has no prefixes other than life. So you would want to get one of these guys that has life or no prefixes other than +1 specters. Like this would be a good recom target for him. So it'd be life. And then I think you want to, you might honestly, now would I even bother doing that? To keep it, to make sure it stays rare, you might want to consider Eldritch exalting some suffixes just to make sure it stays rare. Yeah, these two can go into the recom together, and then hope you're just hoping it picks the Legion plates, because they can both have live, they can both have +1 specters. But like I said, you probably want to Eldritch exalt some suffixes on this one just to make sure it doesn't accidentally make it nothing to craft on. Yeah, you okay, craft a suffix for this guy, for the craft like some random res or something for the Triumphant Lamella and then send it. Oh shit, congrats. That is big. GG. There you go. That is huge. Big congrats.
Catch this, scum! Ah, trough and code, innit? Lose the pace up.
Now if you feel fracture, there's a way to keep +1. If you feel the fracture, you basically send it back into the recom. The way I understand that people are trying to deterministically transfer is for your two bases you want to send, you want to make sure you want to make sure there's, what did I just drop? It's sacred up, huh? Let's do it this way. Let's look at those paces. So let's say you hit, well, in the ideal universe, you don't hit life, because life is the one where you can't actually, if you hit life as the fracture, then there's no, even with the new method, you still can't deterministically transfer it. You have a chance, but not deterministically, or not high likelihood. But in the ideal universe, max specters is your only prefix, and then you have 3 suffixes. You fracture. If you fracture any of the suffixes, that is fine. What you're then going to do is you're going to put a, let's say the second base you're trying to pair it with is like this, armor EV. Now with armor EV and this pure armor base, they both cannot roll ES. So you're going to craft the accepting base, or the recipient base, with increased evasion essence, not deafening, but like screaming or shrieking, like one of those, like a tier that is lower than the highest. You're going to put increased ES on it because these two cannot roll in naturally. Then you're going to recom that, and what that means is there are now 2 mods going to the prefix, but that essence modifier cannot be transferred. And in the ideal universe, if everything goes well, then you keep your +1 specters and some of the suffixes. Then all you do is you Eldritch exalt to fill out your suffixes. You try again. If you fail, you do the exact same thing. I hope that explanation made sense. Recoms will always get messy to explain. All right. Feel free to ping me 2 messages. I got my +1. Yeah, that is huge. And you have decent prefixes on it, which means you can now go for what's it's armor, so you can go for a physical damage reduction on it. Oh shit, that's pretty good. And then you have 40% fracture damage with life ASCS. Oh, that is a banger ring. Oh, okay, so we got a divine and the secret up in this map. I mean, I won't complain. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Divine deserved after all the help. I know, right? I know, right? Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, now we need to buy scarabs for this map device because we do not have it. What were the scarabs again? We're using Delirium Scarab. We're using 20 of these. Then we had Delirium Scarab that, yeah, Mania, I think. That is another 20. Give or take. Then we have Sulfites, which is another 20. And then last but not the least, we have Domination Scarabs, where we get 40. All right. This looks about right. So we do Delhi, Sulfites, Mania, and then both Dominations. And then we'll keep the spare Delhi. Oh. How did I have 16C in change? Sup, Arcane? Sup? Oh, jeez. All right, where were we?
You have fabricated your entire memory.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Now we just need the good luck to extend to our mercenaries.
Oops.
And actually get
Judgment of innocence made manifest.
Holy shit, what the fuck was that like?
Where you will, innocence sees all.
What just happened? How did he move?
Show no weakness. Repent.
How did my guy move from where he was? How did everybody move? What was all that lightning? I have so many questions.
Ah, take it then.
All I saw was a bunch of lightning that looked like it was supposed to be dangerous, but it didn't do actual damage, and then I got moved.
My innocence be
I got
broken.
transferred. Oh shit, movement speed. The best shrine in the game.
what is
Synthesis map, not bad. All right. Are you gonna? Oh no, it's not gonna give me another divine. We only had 2 tiles for currency. But delirium is pretty good. Each of these fine orbs, fine delirium orbs I'm getting is like 28 chaos, which is insanely expensive. These guys, not so much. But I have dropped a bunch of fine. Oh, you know something else? I said I was going to open these. Oh, that's what happened. It's about 28-ish each. Now that I remember on stream, let's actually just open these items because we haven't so far. Let's see what we get. I don't even know what to expect. Automaton gloves. I mean, okay, that's cool, I guess. Lightbringer environment effect. Can I test that out? It's not here. Deep water curious. Okay. Then you. Oh, it's a pet. It's a peacock. Sure. We don't have one. Huh? I like it. Lol. It's a peacock. Does he ever expand its tail? Like, do we get to see its?
They will all abandon you when they learn the truth.
Honestly, I can't even find it in all this mess. Like, it's not big enough that I can see it. It's disappeared.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Lol. Yeah, I don't think delirium is the best place to try to find it in combat.
My gems and I'll make short work of you. What'll it be then? Start running!
by innocence be
Right
broken?
in the car, you're no fun!
Omni, you need to die, and you need to die now. Is there a reason? Where is he? Do you have regen? Areas have patches of consecrated ground. All right, let's go here. I'm going to. This is the part about lower budget that I don't appreciate as much. Now, granted, as you saw, he got deleted the moment Delirium's DR fell off. But I wanted to kill him in the Delirium because that is an extra reward tile. I'm really looking forward to actually getting more damage. Oh, look. That's what I was talking about. Oh, that's cool. I didn't see you throughout the entire map. You might as well not have it existed. But hey, I see you now, at least. So we have that going for us, which is nice, I guess.
Your body is the canvas, my blade, the brush. Choice, after all, is part of the craft.
Strength Dex. Let's exile you
This will be
for good
easy to
measure.
hold still. Such sweet suffering. Oh, a strong hand led by a weak mind.
Sup, Helix. How you doing? And welcome. I am getting quite hot. Lol. What is the temperature here? $25? Oh, it does not feel like it's 25. Holy. Sitting on that fan. I mean, I've got two fans pointed at me, and shit feels like I got nothing. Holy, what? What? And then we got you. Brother, why? Oh. I think at this stage in the game, it's almost fair to just, you know, 5 whole C. Like, I can craft this into something that I'll probably sell for money, but I don't think I want to craft cluster jewels at this point in the league. Only thing I honestly want to see is reservation efficiency cluster jewels. And when... Oh, we can actually use this. Why did we see you? I think I used my old league starts, league start R, to remove incubators, and now they are on removed. Like, why are you even showing? Yeah, y'all shouldn't be showing. Large stacks are showing, which is fine. Cluster jewels. Can I just show the best of the bests? I don't want T2s. I want nothing but the top enchantments. Yeah, like this small 100%. Where does fire damage come in? We just saw a fire damage. Is it because... Wait, hold up. Sleep depriving myself today. Why? Is anything happening? 8 passive. An 8 passive. So it's one of these guys. No. All right, simulates. Why the fuck are you showing on my loot filter? Wait, what? Did you not get the memo that you shouldn't be showing? Why did you think?
Might of his hand!
This makes absolutely zero sense whatsoever. According to this, it's not meant to think. It's not one of these three. It's not any of these. And please, can I actually stop hearing all the things that are dying? Thank you. Oh wait. Why the fuck did it show? It's an 8 passive, so it should be one of these. Everything points to it should be hidden. So I do not get it. All right, there you go.
They know all your secrets. Nothing is hidden from their view.
Might of his hand!
And not
Absolutely nothing came from there. My frames are in the absolute gutter. No more specters. Yeah, I am playing my next build.
So be it.
Nothing wrong with specters. I've just played it enough. It's time to explore other stuff.
What are you waiting for? Take your trophy and go.
Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is the second announcement of his or third announcement of his I'm seeing this league. But yeah, he has been here. I can't wait till I have more single target DPS. Here's something I wasn't expecting when I... The fuck is this? Dude is so freaking tanky. Is it because of the number of reward tiles there are? I assume so. So there are a few things I'm missing that are quite important, and some things I even have that I probably shouldn't have. So I made some changes to the build to, again, make it a bit cheaper. So instead of actually using this helmet, I've decided that this helmet is going to be kept as a high budget venture because it's actually expensive. So instead, what I did was I removed Flame Dash from the medium budgets and I put 2 Enlightens because Enlightens are going for like 100C now. So it's a lot more manageable to get 2 Enlightens than it is to get this guy. Now, that being said, it does lead to you having a lower level precision, which means you have to make up for the accuracy loss on jewels, but I think that is very doable on a decent budget. There are certain things I have here that I should not have. For example, these 4 points should not be here. I should have this minion damage with this minion damage, but because I want caster mastery, it is what it is. Can't do much about it. These points are missing. Why are these points missing? Hey, hold up. Where's my POB? Where else am I different except those 4 points? If we assume those 4 points I got from these 4 points, I got 1 from here and I got 3 from here. 4 points. I am currently level 95, so that's 5 points missing. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's this wheel here that is missing as well for my low-ish levels, which is fine. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Is your budget POB Blight viable? I wouldn't AFK Blight with it, but I can do Blight with it. If you're asking for AFK Blight, probably not, simply because a big part of our damage is offerings. A big part of our damage is offerings, and you can't exactly use the AFK unless you're using the numlock trick, then sure you can. But other than that, you really can't AFK with offerings, and because you can't AFK with offerings, then you're going to lose a bunch of damage. The high budget, I plan to make it viable for AFK stuff. So like AFK simulacrums, AFK blights, all of that should be viable there because we would have the DPS to kill everything. Dude, 3 Sangry monsters in a row. Can you just give me the kineticist? Like, it's not that hard. All right, it's actually not that hard. You're already giving me the right archetype. Just give me a kineticist. All right, let's zoom through this map and try to get on the next merc.
My innocence be broken!
Where are the bosses? There. Give me a second. Let me get some cold water. It's getting quite hot.
when I'm ready and not before.
All right, I am back. Where were we? Void Forge is probably high budget. No, it is not. Currently, Void Forge is about 10-ish divines. Void Forge is about 10-ish divines right now. That is well within the medium budget role, especially for Chains of Command. Chains of Command is the kind of build you know what you're getting into when going in. It's expensive. Yeah, I got mine 10D. I was expecting 20 something divines because the first time I checked was 20 something divines, but I got mine 10 and I was like, okay, so we can't fit it in the medium budget because the low budget is using Rakiatas, which is 1 divine. Great stream, thank you very much. Reanimator, of course it's a freaking. Last time you checked was over 100D. When was it? It was 100D at some point. I never saw it at 100D. Was that this league or was it like just in general? Because I feel like it's been like 2 seasons since it was 100D.
When I'm ready and not before.
Spartan is 99D right now. Don't remind me. Don't remind me. Do you know the amount of settlers that have done this league and just not seen that freaking shield? It is so sad. I've done hundreds of maps with settlers, haven't seen that shield once. They butchered its drop rates.
Everyone is simply using you.
Approach, challenger.
Was it just me or did I see the timer for the fog?
Hire me, I'll move on.
A child doesn't matter how this ends, only that it does.
All right, we exile you.
On your head, be it. Too slow. There's your wish. I've seen me for a while.
Wait, was he exploding my minions with his war cry? I think he was. Like the minions I was replacing. Lol. That's kind of interesting.
When I'm ready and
All right, let's empty this area real quick. How many blueprints do I have? I should check. These guys are going for like 30 something a piece, I think. I don't remember the exact price. Let me check TFT real quick. Where is this again? Heist? There we go. It's about 35-ish C each, 40 C. Actually 40 chaos each. So, however many this is, it's a lot of chaoses. So I nearly have a mage blood. Time to save up for your build after that.
Far greater than you.
Sounds like a plan. I should be POBing a high budget version soon enough.
Triaxons know one thing above all.
Aberad's horn.
Killed.
No, 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 nope. Do you not have an infamous modifier? It doesn't look like she has an infamous modifier. And her shit is Miss Zai. Like, all right.
Ugh, I left Trathas to get away.
I will unmake you.
That one is wasted on you.
Now I've beaten an infamous frost hand, which is fine. What I would really love right now is a kineticist. Infamous or not, I don't care. Just give me a kineticist, please. How much do you need? Do you still need though? Me? I don't need currency. It's a funny thing. Like, I have enough currency to insta roll the high budget. I'm basically just sitting on a fat stack of cash in my stash. So you ain't important. Lol. Who are you talking to? Heliax? Something like 20 to or 30 D. Just gonna head to bed now, farm some blights till the weekend. Oh, is that how you're making your currency? Blight? How is that going, by the way? I haven't looked at blight this league, but like golden ores are currently 300, so I imagine it's good money. Okay, I don't know who is knocking me, but let's do this. I have 170 raw D doing somewhat light AFK. Haven't been online a week. No claw, new prices. Look at how tanky the Shackwood Phantasms are just because delirium. Oh, that is funny. But honestly, I think I'm going to save. I think I'm going to save my heist stuff instead of selling it. I feel like I'm going to save it for when I roll a heist runner.
Your turn will come one day.
Brother, okay, let's turn that off. Holy shit! First try. Who needs an untested recombo when you can just get it in your first try? Sheesh. GG. G fucking G. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Congrats. All it took is you telling me to craft first, pick 2 bases at first fracture hits. I mean, I'm happy I could be a good luck charm.
Just what I needed. More
And in hardcore no less. Infamous striker, what do we have here?
mercy. You haven't met a Kaiten before.
At least it's I can't be lucky, contrary to popular belief. What was that pull? Did he pull me in, or what was that?
Take your trophy. I'm done.
Oh, we have less effect of curses. I was like, why am I not producing monsters? Turns out yeah, we're not gonna make it. All right, these two get blown up then. Oh, I was like, I'm not creating swords. Why am I not creating swords? What is going on? And I seen almost 100% less effect of curse. I'm like, okay, that makes perfect sense. You have a rich guy in your chat, don't I know it? He's been the stream's single source of reliquary gamba. With what? How many keys have we opened so far for Dave? Opened, we did 40 something. Then we did 47 yesterday in a single sitting. Then over the course of the past 3 weeks, I think we've done anywhere from like 25 to 30-ish keys before that. So he's nearing the 100 keys mark currently. I don't know if he has quite passed 100 yet, but like he's opened quite a few keys.
With open arms.
165 total. 165 total. Have you gotten any big actual lucky drops on your own? What the fuck is that? Was that lag? You deleted 20? How much is a mid build right now? I mean, oh, 200. Well, that's kind of cool. It's dropped a bit. When I got mine was, how much was it again? Like 228, something like that. He has 190. I mean, it is what it is.
Be broken.
If he has 190, then he can go to bed with 190. Oh shit, Unnatural Instinct. That's 1D right there. Do we have anything else? No, we do not. All right, we'll take your Natural Instincts. Now we get one more thing. We might be able to, we might not. I don't know if it's actually going to let us get the extra thing, but we're gonna try. All right, let's gather everybody in one spot and kill shit, shall we? Oh, we just got a third of a simulacrum right there. A simulacrum is, I think, going for 90 something. So that's like 30 scene splinters. Which means each splinter is like a third of a chaos, give or take. How have we not found a single Aegon tier in how many maps? Something tells me I might use an Unnatural Instinct yet soon. Well, to that thing, I say, well, I'll buy it when I need it. Can't convince me otherwise.
When I'm ready and not before.
They are plotting against you.
So, I was thinking about something last night after stream. I thought about a build that I could actually see myself playing that was not a minion build. There was actually one that I saw that I just thought was very cool. And I just randomly stumbled on the video, like, I don't know when.
Just what I needed.
Oh god, give me a kineticist, will ya? But anyways, it is using the new Shaper unique stuff that actually has you summon the Shaper as a it's kind of like a minion build, but it's not, because it's a proxy build. So it's more totem. It's more totem than minion, because it doesn't say skill off minion stats, but it still scales off of, what do you call it? It still scales off of it scales off your stats, but it's still something else that's using it. So you summon the Shaper and then the Shaper does the thing. Totem is not agreed, is not minion. They don't abandon minion. I mean, I'm not abandoning minions. It's just a cool concept. Being able to summon the Shaper. I mean, think about it. Haven't you ever wanted a pet shaper? Pet cortex? This is your chance right here. Holy, what is this movement speed? He showed me my weeks. Holy, people have grudge against the shaper. After this map, I can actually look for the video I saw, just like a showcase for the item, but it's actually kind of cool. There are 3 variants for the unique stuff. There's one where you summon the shaper to do the beam. There's the beam, there's the balls, there's the slam, and these guys all have like quite interesting modifiers. Oh, these are dumb blows. You know, I kept wondering why there were so many people around me. It's dumb blow. Lol. Aren't you one of said viewers? All right. So this is the unique in question. Now let's hold this because I don't quite know just how much this is. 40 chaos. See, that's the money I expect. I can fuck with that. All right, YouTube. Let's pull this up. Legacy of the Rose. And there, like I said, there are 3 variants of the stuff. There's the shaper balls, there's a shaper beam, and then there's a shaper slam. I'm thinking of, I haven't quite decided what exactly I would like coming from the, like I haven't said what I want to build around yet, but I'm currently leaning towards the shaper slam. And my first instinct was because it has it has insane damage. I was thinking of ignite because I mean, like, isn't that just cool? And it has like, is that you? This is not me by any means. I mean, this is a YouTube. I know his name is Uncle J. This is the first video from him I'm seeing. Lol. But like, the shaper balls have 200 base pen, which I think is quite insane. Has 0% base crit chance, so people are pairing it with the sandstorm for some base crit chance. So if I were to choose to go the ball version, that is how I would do it. But like, my problem with shaper balls is, well, I don't like I like that here a lot of things will die, but by the time you're in this region, he's still shooting, and like, you now have to deal with enemies living in like this area, you know. Like, there are some gaps where enemies will end up living, and if you're trying to focus solely on the shaper, that I think will feel awkward. So what I'm actually now thinking about using is the slam and scaling AoE in, like, I'm scaling that AoE by quite a bit. That is currently what I'm leaning towards, because the shaper slam has PoE wiki. It has insane damage effectiveness. My first instinct for it was Legacy of the Rose. My first instinct for it was ignite, but it sadly has a 70% less damage with ailments. So while it could still be insane for ignite just because of how big this number is, with a 4100% damage effectiveness, it's possible that, you know, it's not actually that insane thanks to this. So we might end up doing an unhit version of this, because how the slam looks is it's literally just shaper slam. So you try to scale attack speed so he doesn't spend too long doing it. Let me see if he actually uses it. I think it should be here, right?
Despair, which is the bowl, seems to be the best one because you can just kind of look at it, right? The clear is very, very good, actually. You cannot summon multiple of them, by the way. You can only...
Yeah, you can't summon multiple of them because you can't gain the resource needed to summon while there's one on the field. Or it is a requirement to get the resource that there is no shaper on the field. Okay, so he's going to try the different one. So now this, I didn't see the skill, but it's probably the slam. Oh, it's the beam. By the way, that beam looks so freaking good. Like, if not that he didn't rotate the beam and it will actually be like poor clear and the last 3 seconds, I can see a universe where you use the beam, where like the goal is to use the beam and skill like dots, because it's actually dots. It does, I think, cold and fire damage over time. Not minion decline. Lol. So this is what the Shaper Slam looks like. So my thought process is scaling this AoE. So that slam is much bigger because it already has like really good base AoE. So and then you can get AoE on tree, we can AoE support, all of those things. Try to get a screen wide Shaper Slam, and then just scaling the damage past that. That is likely what I'm going to be trying to do with the build. Likely. It's either that or we mess around with the balls, but I think there are a lot of people who are messing around with the balls already, so you know, I don't think the Shaper needs more people messing around with his balls. Just saying. Now
nice, that's funny.
Why, thank you. Then for the beam, we have fire and cold dots, and we can potentially fit this into a regular cold dot build. It's honestly the hardest to make work, because with this devastation, once we convert all damage to elemental, we can use something like the Admiral and go from there. Look at your game. Oh lol, what are you doing in my hideout? Why did you buy this? Thank you. Is it worth anything? It's worth 2 divines. Wait, is this because of the +5? This one is the Shaper's Ire, so this is the beam. I do not have a skill that can spend a lot of ES on this build. Or do I? No, I don't, but we can still make it work. We can showcase it. We almost have enough ES. Almost. So what we can do is, and this is temporary, of course. Do this. What are we trading for again? Oh, I see what you mean. Do that, then I don't know if Corrupting Fever quite costs enough life baseline. I don't think it does, not until you level it up. So let's try to get this guy into a red. Just 2 sockets, 2 reds. Corrupting Fever and Life Tap. Oh, we're gonna be here, bro. We are gonna be here a while. We're up to 6 remembrances, so rock on, I guess. Nothing. Do I have to go to Blood Aqueducts? Okay, buddy.
Call, and I shall answer.
So, in theory, the way this is actually going to work is I'm going to have Corrupting Fever leveled up, and in a situation where I can just press one button, spend 2000 ES, and insta proc it. My dude, we didn't come here to see the AG. Chill. Take a chill pill. Y'all too, take a chill pill. All right, let's go. Wait, he has voice lines? Okay, that I did not know.
What did you say?
Gaze into the abyss.
Oh, that's what he says when he does it, right?
Yeah. Good night, Dave. Thank you for the stuff. Appreciate it. So apparently you get to the amount of remembrance you need, and then you select when you want to use the attack. It doesn't just happen. I thought it just happened. Fun fact for these dots, the way I can see it being used, brother, leave me alone. All right. The way I can see this stuff being used, or let's upgrade Life Tap. We want it to cost as much as possible. All right. The way I can see this being used is you would essentially skill less duration, so this guy doesn't last as long. Then you try to cast it as much as possible. So you take the duration down from like 3 seconds to, I don't know. You take it down from 3 seconds to 1.5 seconds or something, right? I didn't even have a rank. Stage. Archmage? Is Archmage supports. Skills gain added lightning equal to 10% of on reserve max mana. But this wants you to not reserve mana. This would want you to. This A would want you to have mana above your ES to where 5% of your unreserved mana is 2k ES, which is an insane amount of mana to have. Then you don't reserve mana. I mean, no. What you can do is you can use Corrupting Fever. I have a very low level Corrupting Fever, so it doesn't really work for what I'm doing. But you can get Corrupting Fever, and I could show this on POB very quickly. You can actually easily get a Corrupting Fever with a Sea Glass Amulet, Whispers of Infinity with Corrupting Fever, max level, paired with a Life Tap, also max level. Because Life Tap has 300% cost on reservation multi, this already puts the ES cost at 1500. It already puts the ES cost at 1500. And now if you have to throw in a third support gem that just has 140, you're at the 2k mark. We need to create a union to get me a rank. A rank in what? So yeah, like if you do this, you can have corrupting fever cost 2k ES, and then you just press it once. You have your 10 remembrance. You can just pull the trigger real quick. Then the problem becomes, or I guess the thing to solve is ES recharge. You want your ES to fill up in a decent manner to where you don't feel like you are you can press it again, but you can't actually afford to do it. So the next problem would be ES regen. How do you deal with that? And past that, what was the third thing? Then past that is like AoE, you know, but that is how I would go about using it comfortably. Brother, can I read? Thank you. Your natural instinct is already going. Come get your natural instinct, my dude. I should probably level these up in advance, but eh. So this is like 40 chaos. For 45 chaos, I actually will consider going for it. What is window of opportunity? Reduce skill effect duration and debuffs expire faster. Oh. But yeah, this is the thing I'm considering running next, or trying to make work. And I'm probably going to be going Elementalist for it, because Elementalist has some really nice scaling, easy access to shock. I'd be converting to fully to elemental, so there are other benefits as well, like convergence, golem scaling. Golems also gives decent AoE, so with golem buff scaling, you're also getting some decent AoE from there, as well as increased defenses for just having more ES to then get to the 2k mark that you can press everything and just, you know, let it rip. One thing I am noticing now looking at this is Shaper isn't actually throwing the balls in like a straight manner. There's some like wiggling in there, and I don't know why the wiggle exists, but like they have some offsets. So the amount of dead area is actually not as much as I initially thought. But like that being said, it's still pretty decent. It's still like a decently wide area. Unless you go like volley. Maybe volley would look better, but who knows. Time to dismantle my old minion character later. What are you dismantling it for? But yeah, I just think this is a very cool item, and I would want to mess around with it a bit more. Or I would like to mess around with it a bit. And other than that, I also want to... Other than that, I want to also create a heister, because I kind of want to... Oh, my dude, get your ass over here.
What say you? My flame is rekindled.
How are you already coming to me for this guy? Did I underprice it? Surely I didn't, right? Doesn't look like I did. Okay, come get it. Maybe it's not worth 45. I don't know. Does it being on ID have anything to do with anything? If it's 45, it's 50. I don't care. All right, you just got the perfect megalomania for your build. What are the nodes?
You are the cause of great misery.
When I'm ready and not before.
Hey, wait. When's CLI?
11th is TorchCon and the reveal. 17th is the
Oh, we
league.
still have a while.
What did you think was this week?
That was 11th.
11th is the reveal.
Shit, so it's in like 3 days on Saturday?
What's that?
Saturday?
Yeah, so I
Oh,
watched
Friday.
I watch the reveal whenever it is. I think it's typically around my
Yes, sir.
stream time, or I remember watching it on my stream at least. Maybe I didn't. Who knows?
That's when it was Saturday. This is Friday.
Was it?
Yeah, it used to be Saturday. I remember because I used to wake up early for it.
I mean, I don't stream on Saturday morning. I stream in the
Unless
afternoon.
maybe they've changed it into like Fridays, like the last couple.
I remember Snow Paper. I forget the name of the Snow Paper season, but like the paint one, I watched on my stream, and it typically goes live by like 9 p.m.
Yeah. We'll see.
We shall see. Either way, it doesn't matter. We are going to watch it. If it's not live, it's not. Oh, I just realized we're missing quite a bit of reservation. Things that should be on to protect ourselves, we're just not on. All right, now we are chilling. Going to also catch some sleep. Have a good one. Good night, Heliax, brother. I always forget that. Let's see this megalomaniac. Enduring composure, nice. Untouchable and renewal. Oh shit. That is nice. Double damage. And suppress. We enduring composure. How much did you get this for? $17. Oh, that is cheap. Good shit. What are you linked to? What is Flame Dash linked to that it's showing? Oh, Enlighten support.
You can never die. Why don't you test it?
The fact that we still haven't seen a single kineticist is kind of interesting.
Choose your next move very carefully.
This is Sanguine Master number 4. What the fuck? This Sanguine Master doesn't want to leave me alone. Like, can I just please get a kineticist? It's not that hard. Please, I beg of you.
Interesting. I did see someone using the bowls to build around.
Cool.
Do you want the link?
Sure. And I saw Cheap Bunny.
It's cheap money, yeah.
Yeah, Cheap Bunny. I've seen. I saw one of her showcases yesterday. It looked pretty chill. She didn't configure her POB, so I don't know how accurate the DPS is and all of that. But it looked like she had pretty decent DPS. But she's also using Glacial Cascade, which, you know, kind of makes it not the easiest to see just how much damage the balls are doing. You know.
Yeah. And she had this Uber Shaper showcase that you can see when the balls hit, he phases. It's kind of funny to pan himself. It's like, yo, Shaper, have a taste of your own medicine.
All right,
This is
Link,
probably trippy, though.
let me see. I mean, the slams are going to be the biggest trip where it's like, oh, are you dodging your own slam or is that his slam, or like whose slam is this exactly? Be a repeat of like, what's the name? Is it Rush Hour? Let's see. I wonder if they turned off my AC. Because the video I saw where I was like, oh, you know, this unique might not be too bad to use is this guy Tux Deluxe. Like, I don't know why I just saw Legacy of the Fury. I just saw Legacy of the Rose. I saw Shaper Beam. I love this, you know, like, yeah, I'm not really doing much. Might as well see what's going on.
You had the smile on your face.
When I saw it, I just honestly, I was farming. I think I was farming Abyss in T17, so like I wasn't even paying too much attention initially. So I had to like go back and actually look at the showcase and whatnot of like the skills and whatnot.
Currently, I'm using Kineticist with Heel's Toe and, you know, just the basic stuff. But eventually, I do want to find a
Does he have a showcase here?
Pride and Rallying Cry mercenary.
Give me like a map.
Very early on.
No, not. I'm looking at
seems to be
him.
clearing T16s, and I'm pushing into 16.5s. Pretty all right. So I figured I might as well give an update, see how it's progressing, and, you know, show it off to people. See that you can use the slam build. Now, I will preface this by stating one thing for certain: the Shaper Slam is buggy. There are plenty of bugs associated with the Shaper. One of which, you don't get XP from any of the kills that the Shaper gets. So if you slam a big crowd, you're not getting any of that XP, which sucks, but it's not the end of the world.
I don't understand how they can, like, how that XP bug can be a thing even. Like, you see, it means they're literally using like the Shaper assets, which means it's possible, like it's not within the realm of impossibility that there's a sequence of event that will lead him to kill you. I think that's crazy.
In a test environment, for sure, I can imagine some devs were thinking themselves. It's like, just make a bug report that Legacy of Rose is still killing me when I do slams. Or it's killing my Merc.
Yeah.
Which makes him have to revisit the kind of damage like Mercs take from bosses. I can see that, like, literally just like creating a spiral effect.
Like, look at balls and balls. All right, this quality is quite horrendous. I don't know why it loaded with that quality. It's hard to see the difference between her damage and the ball damage, you know?
Yeah.
one really comfy thing about Inquisitor that I would love to, why I would love to use Inquisitor for this build is literally just one thing. ES regen. The con ground and ES. Like that would be really, really good.
Yeah. Inquis feels very comfy for stuff like that. Let's you play Schiller's spell abilities because you can have good regen.
Like it makes me think, like I've been trying to think of how I would figure out the ES regen because I need a shit ton of ES regen for this to be comfy if I'm going to be eating like 2k every time I want to deal damage, you know. I need to just tank 2k.
Zealot's Oath, yeah, Elemental CI.
I can't go CI because the staff gives you Eldritch Battery. So can't see. So the CI is not an option.
Eldritch Battery is kind of crazy.
Yeah. It has the Eldritch Battery baseline, so you have to deal to take damage with your life. Then what else? So it has to be you can go mind over matter with the Eldritch Battery as a way to reduce the damage to your life, so that is cool. But we would need something to where the regen going to life is to ES is still really good, and Zealot's Oath for Elementalist wouldn't be great because there goes all my life regen. Because now it's ES instead. But with Inquis, I mean, I can see it being doable if I were to scale ES recharge rates. But because Eldritch Battery already comes with a baseline 50% less ES recharge rate, it's just less efficient. You know, and eventually it gets to the point where it is comfy, but that is so many points that could be going into your damage and into like other shit. Whereas with Inquis, you just literally have con ground, and you have con ground also affecting ES and lingering. So then that makes your ES very, very reliable even with Eldritch Battery. And because it's life regen, the more life you have, the more ES you're recovering. Battle Mage is also quite good for it as well. But that's for the balls. For the attack, I guess it's 10% more non-attack damage for each non-instant spell you've cast, which... So yeah, Inquis becomes very comfy. Elementalist will need a lot of ES recharge scaling to make work. And then there's the will Ignite even work aspect of Elementalist. Either way, I think I'm going to try it out, and we'll see how it goes. It should be a fun endeavor. It's even one of those things where I just go in blind with, I'll POB something, but I'm not going to POB it too strictly, and I'm going to just play around with different setups, I think. Where I'll try the balls, I'll try the slam, try the beam. I'll probably have a version of each that's like 6 linked, 7 link everything, see which feels best, see if there are any awkward areas I'm missing, and most of all, see if Gravebind would actually give me XP. Because if the Shaper is getting kills and that's denying me XP, then Gravebind should be able to fix it in theory. And since I'm now getting kills, it means I can get Explode. So Oriat's End would be an easy one to just slot into my build. I'll have to go Discipline as well, just because it helps me get to the max ES, like the ES range I'm trying to get to,
Ticking.
I've got
as well
something for you about
as well
you
as
know,
some
quick
recharge
side
rates. What'd you say?
Ah, fine. I'm gone.
What'd you say?
Change your mind.
I've got something for you. Why you don't click side rooms? Look at him. That's your boy Venderi.
Let me see.
Gooning to the explosion barrel, but not opening a path for me.
You're sharing?
I'm gonna clip it for you. The first one, he was looking at me and literally humping it for like 2 minutes, and then after that, you saw again just now, right? He was looked away humping it for like another couple minutes before he finally unbugged. I just wanted to show you. So now we know why you don't like clicking side rooms.
Lol.
It's because he went behind it, so he glitched and couldn't blow it up.
Yeah. But is it possible to just run away and have him yoink?
Well, I did, but it didn't work. Because he's still there.
Yeah.
He didn't TP. Because he never
Interesting.
completed the animation. So you gotta wait for him to eventually fail, run away, then come back.
My innocence be broken.
That is interesting. I think it's kind of wild that even these guys are tanky enough to eat multiple hits when the deli is at its peak. And this is not a res map either. Mana region, lol. Legend says we are going to get a memory tier as well as a mercenary we can use. Still haven't gotten the memory tier. Oh, we still haven't gotten the memory we can use. So let's see. Oh wait, I wasn't actually using my offerings there, so I was kind of, my DPS was suboptimal in that fight. I just now realized I forgot. Lol.
I'm of House Kyaxon. That should be
Brother, give me something I can use. Like, we haven't even gotten a single kineticist. Like, we haven't even started talking about like kineticists with like optimal stats and abilities and all of that. Like, no, I'm just begging for a kineticist, legit, so I can just gear her up. Yeah, so now I do have my offerings. That's the difference in DPS. Oh shit, that's a lot of splinters. Next time's the charm. Or so they say.
Stupid dog, you are chasing your own tail.
Your reckoning is at hand.
Where is it? Where is the mercenary? I haven't seen him yet. Come on, kineticist. Show yourself,
I gave up the cloth.
brother.
Gave up on God. You should do the same.
The amount of kineticists I've turned down over the past Lord knows how long. Since mercenaries essentially started just because I thought I don't need a kineticist. Who needs a kineticist? Not me. Now look at me. Begging.
They are plotting against you.
So what is my next upgrade going to be aside? If I look at my items are kind of fine. My tree is like the biggest thing. I need levels. I need that crit, the crit wheel I am currently. You know, my guy, just my biggest upgrade next is just mercenary, and the game doesn't want to give me the mercenaries I can use. What do you have for me? Blah. This is that corrupted. This is that corrupted Dark Monarch that I got yesterday. Or the Dark Monarch I corrupted yesterday with Reservation and Absolution Sentinels.
When I'm ready and not before.
Mercenary, please. Let this be the map.
They will all abandon you when they learn the truth.
Oh yeah, an easy upgrade from me, which I should stop trolling. Awakened gems. I don't have awakened gems yet. That's a big upgrade. I don't know why I haven't gotten them. I've only gotten awakened elemental damage with attacks. I should change that. We'll do it after this map, I think. We'll get awakened gems. Whatever we don't have. I think we have minion damage on my main, so I will go get that. Then we don't need early focus, I don't think.
You'll see. I am not to be trifled.
The amount of wither touches I have seen. Leave me a fucking alone. Give me a kineticist. Meanwhile, when I was looking for a wither touch, that shit was nowhere to be found.
Such was his will.
Awakening gems. Why do we still have LE focus? We shouldn't have LE focus anymore. Brother, what is this? POB has been kind of buggy the past 2 days. What awakening gem should I have? Any damage attacks, melee fizz, rootless, multi-strike, minion damage. So I'll get minion damage and I'll buy a melee fizz. Assuming I don't have it, of course. Which I don't know that I have it. I don't have it. All right. So the first things first, we need to buy Awaken Melee Fizz. $99 chaos versus the level 5 is how much? 2 divines for a 20% quality. It's 2.7. So we'll take this one. We'll take the 99 chaos and then level it up with beast crafting. That's an interesting hideout. Thank you very much. All right. We can then buy everything else we need to level it up. But first, let's pick up the gem. You know, unironically, even without this, I didn't lose enough dexterity to make me... That's kind of nice. So I didn't need dexterity on my jewels, what that meant. Awaken melee minion damage is what I wanted to pick out. There's awaken LE focus that I could also pick up, but I don't think it is better than anything here. Like, it's better than rootless if we assume... Wait, increased crits is better than rootless? Huh. Interesting. Okay. That's kind of cool. None of these beats melee fizz. Nothing beats you. Nothing beats you. Multi-strike. All right. That's all fine. Next, we buy a bunch of... We buy at least 5 wild bramblebacks. If I can find it, that is. Yeah. We need a minimum of 4, actually. Let's look at other people who have 4. Thank you. Menagerie. Come get that shit. Orbiting right 2120. What is 0.5? 63. My brother in Christ, you see me here. $105, my dude. 105. .5 is 105. That was weird. Thank you.
Power divine.
Happens. All right, where were we? Add a level. Let's go.
First ones you are worthy, Exile. You are truly a survivor. The first ones are watching survivor. Don't disappoint them.
When I'm ready, and not before.
The ritual is complete.
Okay, so I can't use that. Okay.
Prove to the first ones you are worthy, Exile. You are truly the first ones are watching survivor. Don't disappoint them. The ritual is complete.
And now we have. We need to replace what? LE focus, I think. So now we need 4 red, 2 blue. All right. So it's rootless. Volatility goes away because you no longer need it. Wait, I've been using volatility for how long now? Like, it's decent because I still have lucky, but lucky is not going to be there for too long. What replaces it? So this is 3 blues, 3 reds, and 3 blues. So it's not 2 reds. I also do not have multi-strike in here for some reason. So it means I already had the correct combination before. And I just Did that for no reason. All right. Melee is early damage with attacks. Minion damage. Fresh meats. Increase crits. And rootless. Multi-strike. Crit is taking where rootless would have been. Then for melee fizz, we need to quality it up. All right, let's see how this feels now. Where is heist? So now we have more awakened gems. We are leveling a new gem, so there's that.
When I'm ready and not before.
They are plotting against you.
But we are leveling 2 new gems. And I know I can't afford a wiki multi-strike because that shit's, you know, expensive AF.
I survived the pits. Make a call.
Sag. Determination, vitality.
I'll tear you apart. The reckoning is
What is pushing me?
Take your trinket then. My
Increased crit damage means I'm now a lot more reliant on my offerings being up. So if I don't have spirit offering, my damage is actually going to feel horrendous. But with spirit offering up, it should be more DPS.
Life is short. Still.
Why are you also... Is it because of the res and because of how split up they are? A kineticist will return. This is the only character I have that can help. But we can try. Invites.
Your reckoning is at hand.
His character is T17 ready and also. All right, let's see.
When I'm ready, charmed, I'm sure. Now run along. My time is precious.
Reduce extra damage from crits. Okay, opted in. My goodness.
The choice is yours. Some would call you a coward. By all means, throw your life away. Kneel! We're partners then. But let's not pretend we're equals.
Okay. You're welcome. And then lucky number 20. Surely this is the map I actually finally get the kineticist. I am tired, but I just want to be done with the kineticist search. Is it that hard? Are we finding an infamous shock ambusher before we find what I'm looking for? Skills that throw life instead of reserve life instead of mana. I mean, I'll take the exalt. I don't think there's any reason to take anything else. Oh shit, the delirium up caught up to me because I was doing mercenary shits. Okay. Is there any reason to kill the boss here? Not really. We can actually just go next. I'll do it for the heist. So that's 40 maps so far, no dice. 40 entire maps, no luck. Oh, go again. We go again. In the meantime, I think I kind of want to quality up a bunch of things, i.e. the new support gems I just got. So we might as well spend a divine on this. All right, let's roll another 20 maps, shall we? Let's see, what is my rejects again? POE.re, copy that. Thank you very much. Paste. Take everything that matches it. Reroll everything else until it does. We have Delhi, we have Mania. Where is domination? There.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Oh, what's getting into my eye? Okay. We're ready.
I will never stop searching for that which sends you spiraling into the abyss.
Your reckoning is at hand. I gave up the cloth, gave up on God. You should do the same.
Brother in Christ, why me? All right, we have under 20 maps. Surely we're going to see a kineticist. Like, imagine trying to actually farm this kineticist for like. Why are we stuttering? Is there a nightmare, a divine shrine or something? Was it explode? Why did that stutter? Weird stuff.
Judgment pass. Let his power be known.
All right, buddy. Oh. Easy exalt. If in this set of 20 maps I still don't see a kineticist, I'm at that point I might just go back to T17s.
You will never get that which you seek.
Because I was doing Abyss on this character before I decided to farm up for my mercenary. The only problem is this mercenary is saying, yeah, let's not do that whole fining part. All right, we don't do that. She's living her best life, has no business being hired. You know, that's kind of where she's at this point. But I will find her.
Another pig without a pen. Make your damn. I'll own you yet. Idiot! You don't know who you're turning down.
One thing I think will be very handy for me right now is elemental, like generic elemental pen. I know eventually when I have an optimized setup, it gets outperformed according to POB. But like right now, I think LE pen in LE res maps is BIS. Well, not BIS, but like it's really good.
Any pen enjoyers?
You cannot stop death.
I mean, right now,
So,
I'm still looking for kineticist. Stop.
yeah, it'll take you about a couple days for sure. So, in my hunt for a good ritual strat, I found something actually kind of insane on YouTube.
Which is
You know they buffed Scarab of Awakening? Or imbued, like Scarab of the one that lets you pick a new craft on the map device?
Awakening, yeah.
Which one is that? Awakening?
Yeah, they buffed it for the other
They changed what it
mechanic.
does to ritual.
That should be warning.
Okay.
500% chance for increase. 500% chance for special rituals. It used to be 150. Increased chance for special rituals.
So like nameless.
Like nameless.
But how often do you run into nameless with that?
Alright, so the person I was watching does quite a lot of ritual testing.
Yeah.
They felt like they did a bunch of tests pre-patch because they actually did a video on this pre-patch to try it out.
Okay.
And in 100 maps, they felt like they got like he was a like Nameless was like a. Which one is 20 and 100? Is that 20%?
20%, yeah.
Yeah, 20% chance on average.
Okay.
They came out of this last ritual test with the new test with 88 ritual nameless invitations in 100 maps. Now, granted, 88 in 100 maps doesn't mean they got 88 because you can get multiple.
Yeah.
You can get multiple.
So,
yeah.
Wait, the 20.
It's actually a really good video.
But that's not a 1-to-1. I can watch it, but that's not a 1-to-1 because you're comparing number of nameless altars ran into versus number of.
No, he calculated every special ritual. He has a spreadsheet with every special ritual he got in the 100 maps. Which of them were specials? Which of them were nameless? Which of them were normals?
What is a normal ritual versus a what like?
A special ritual is a div card only ritual.
Oh.
Like div card only, currency only. Those are special rituals.
Okay. I mean, I don't mind doing a ritual star, to be honest.
He still didn't recommend it because of the price of because they're priced around in-game harvest, which is just insane.
Yeah.
So he broke even. Like no, he made profit. I think it cost him 18,000 chaos for the imbued for those 100 maps, and he just the nameless invitations was 19,000 chaos at the end. But I mean, you can see how like that's ignoring other drops.
Yeah, but at the same time,
So
that's 100 maps. So you could have made more profit doing it regularly and made more than that. Even if you wouldn't have sold it for like 19k. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I eagerly await your.
So I get it.
I'll link the strat to you if you want to see it later. It's a really good,
This will be easier.
surprisingly really good video.
Ecstasy.
I'm surprised to see the amount of effort that went into it.
Yeah.
Especially like keeping a spreadsheet of every type of ritual you see for 100 maps.
Yeah, I couldn't
The
do
loot
it.
that you came out with too, by the way. So he could see the dry streaks he went for not seeing a nameless ritual. Because like he got like 3 in his first like 25 maps. And then he goes on like a 20 map like without seeing one. And then he gets another 2. And then it's just like it was really interesting to see. Wish there were easier ways to track shit like that without actually like breaking the flow.
Yeah, you just kind of have to like.
So I feel like these are the
Go
kind of
right to
things that
know.
can keep certain people playing, right? Because you have like
It's
you're
a
testing
project.
things and you. Yeah, it's a project. Projects feel really good. Like I'm really enjoying my heist project and just putting everything that's stashed up. But I realized for like I'm never gonna do that to test Abyss. You know how much shit I get in the you know how much shit you get in the Abyss map? How many scarabs? Like taking that shit out later would be so much pain.
I mean, I did it for blights.
Okay,
I mean,
blight 100%, right?
I filled a stash tab and a half with shit in 20 maps when I did blights.
What scarabs did you use on blight, by the way? Did you use wisps?
No, I did not.
I'm hearing wisp is actually the budget option that's really good.
Isn't the DR kind of nasty for wisp?
You're not doing only bosses, right?
Yeah.
If you're doing only bosses, maybe.
Yeah, but
I mean, people are saying wisp is the budget of risk.
I wasn't doing risk.
Also, I'm saying, well, like at the end game for blight, people are putting risks in, right? Because
I think I was doing maps alongside mine. I mean,
but
the maps
oh
were.
yeah, because you were doing the map focus ones.
Yeah.
Because people can do like unique versions of it, right? Where you get unique stuff. Oh, that's the boss one, maybe actually for uniques. Yeah, because you get Titanics and all that.
Yeah.
I'm interested in it. I think if I can get something that has enough damage.
I couldn't. My PC couldn't handle the boss one. So, I mean, you can try the button and see how it feels. See if you can actually.
I don't think
I can.
I think they will kill me. My current character doesn't have that much damage. Even just normal bosses in the. If I get like 3 or 4 bosses in the normal blight strat, I'm not killing them. I don't know about you, but that's how it works for me.
I killed them. Like once they enter my Doriani range, they die. Because like remember, my damage is just very high, so it's just pure damage. So my clear is worse because I don't have explode, but I'm often killing these out with like a full pump's life because as they come closer, they die. The damage just amps up and they die. And with PS return, I'm able to hit like if there are 2 lanes on opposite sides, I'm hitting 2 lanes at the same time with each defiler because it's hitting, then returning through the defiler and hitting again. So
did you find it very profitable?
It was very profitable, 100%. Like for the longest time, I think I would have preferred to do Blight over Abyss, and even now I think I still would prefer to do Blight over Abyss because I think it's just closer to what I would enjoy, aside the the PC stress portions of Blight. That is like I don't like that. Like I can see myself vibing to AFK Blight as an example. I've always liked Blighted maps. Was the first mechanic I gravitated to really farm as the league starter and stuff like that.
No, then be gone.
It's really fun.
Okay, we're going to.
Make your choice and be quick about it.
How much are discernments? Nothing crazy.
Well,
We're going to exile you.
tiny fool. Mark for death. Prefer to be alone, do ya? Finally, agree on.
So what does that creator say is the is his opinion on the optimal way of farming ritual? Did he say?
No, I think that video was more focused on that, but I'm definitely gonna watch him more to see if he has anything like that.
Yeah.
Because I do want to like brain off ritual for a little bit, at least on the computer.
Yeah. It'd be nice to do that. I mean, I don't know about brain off completely because those balls be hurting. But like not.
I don't know if they'll hurt me that much.
On the fight,
do we know what kind of damage? Fizz, right?
It's fizz and convert to elemental.
Yes.
Doesn't convert to chaos, it converts to elemental.
Much classier.
But it's because it's phase base, it also gets gainers modifiers. So any gainers you see on the map, it has that. So it's very big elemental. Then I think it does 2 elements or something like that baseline. So yeah. I don't feel it on my Defiler character, but I mean, I'm not my Defiler character now, am I? We're almost level 96. Brother, I turned you off. 227k. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Life will end.
I don't deal in introductions. Just doesn't matter how this ends. Only that it does. Oh, this won't take long. Don't blink. Here's yours. I don't argue with results.
How did Delirium already end? Make it make sense. How? Okay then.
Ready, Exile? It's time to hunt. We will be best friends, Steve. Until we slaughter you. You will be a survivor. We are friends now. You will prove. The first ones look upon this capture with pride. Up you go, little beast. Away. Well. That was a great hunt, Exile.
I know I just came at the end with like 10 beasts. I didn't see a beast beforehand. All of them were just centered in one location. I mean, if he did that more often, maybe I'd be more inclined to not skip them.
Your life will leave no trace.
You're either a client or a target. I'll soon know which. Hash ties are not. Business is business.
Flame biter with last resort. Enemies main by you take increased dots.
Make your choice. Our society prefers swift resolution. Oh, this won't take long. Too slow. Losing I can handle. Losing that is...
Less effect of curses means we're not going to be summoning our swords single target, which is less than ideal, but we can make work.
Might of his hand.
since we can't get any minions coming from this guy, do we run out of swords before he dies? I hope not. We are running out of swords. Come on, come on, come on. There. Oh. Delirium. The fucking delirium.
By innocence, be broken!
You are just another stumbling corpse.
PoE 2 boy just linked me his updated POB.
Okay. How's it looking?
Approach, challenger.
I've never seen such an insane POB in my life.
Insane good.
Yeah.
Good's a grinder.
Like, no dead mods.
I mean, no dead mods is there more to the no dead mods? Is like all T1s or something?
Yeah, they're all good. Like, I looked at every gear piece and there was nothing I saw and went, yeah, but you could have done this.
This choice carries
Like,
weight.
I don't have feedback.
GG.
Like, even the jewels. Like, the jewels are all...
Yeah. Kudos to
And
him.
profit crafted and printed.
Pretty much. I mean, realistically, if you're putting all your currency into a build, that's the eventual outcome, right?
Yep.
It's just bound to happen.
I believe it's all POB.
What'd you say?
I just can't believe... like his gear, what his gear used to be.
Is Kong ground being problematic here? I don't think so. To a degree it is. One of them is being very tanky right now. So I'm going to need to pull them away from the Kong ground, or, you know, get anti-heal. Screw that. I don't have the patience for that. I really don't have the patience for that. I wish I did. I don't. Why is he not moving again? The fuck? Once I get my kineticists, my first order of business until I get like insane DPS might be to anoint last rites. Last rites might be the anoint until I'm ready to anoint effects. But you know, first order of business is actually getting the kineticists.
Maybe.
Alright.
So are we sure before I leave, are we sure you can't share this?
Not here to curry favor with
Because I need one.
Share
Are we
what?
sure?
Mercenaries?
Kineticists?
Pretty sure you can't share mercenaries.
Alright. Maybe.
Let's not drag this out. Know your... I imagine this
Storm Call of Thratus, not even worth considering picking up.
Approach.
When I'm ready and not before.
What level is my D-term aura now? Oh, should I get up to 47k with molten shell? Deli. All right. Always remember to open your deli. I don't know why I keep forgetting that shit. It is so easy to forget. Sheesh, another one. I know I just chose randomly to look at these. I didn't get anything good. How many splinters do I have at this point? I have 12 simulacrums. Holy shit. We're gonna be farming all of these later at some point to get probably AFK to get voices and selling those. But let's see. A divine is how many sims? 2.75, so just a bit better than 3 per divine. I didn't check the kiosk price. 80? No, okay, it's 90. Yeah. So I'm just, yeah, 89, 90. About what I expected. All right, give me a quick second. I shall be back. Okay, I am back. Actually, I just realized I didn't get water. Now I am here. Let's go. Oh, sweet kineticists.
You've experienced
When will you show up in my map? I just want to hire you, that's all. Imagine if after all this effort, she now randomly one-shots me because she has maybe giga stack damage stuff. Like, can you imagine?
Were we back and forth us, you'd already be dead. What'll it be then?
Brimsor is always not worth anything.
Start running!
I think I just need to exile the pure attributes, the pure strengths, the pure ints, and the pure dexes
Elsewhere.
in the ideal universe. I think that's what we have exiled. We need to re-exile strength now. Delhi. How many times do I need to click this or to forget to click it?
When I'm ready, and not before.
Oh shit. Would you look at that?
No one knows your name. No one but me.
You're either a client or a target. I'll soon know which.
Does this fucker have what I think he has? He has divine. Okay, I'm not touching him then.
As ties or not, business is business.
We'll wait here and what am I doing? I'm not waiting here. He literally cannot be damaged right now, so there's no point in even. We'll take the XP loss or rank loss or whatever you want to call it. Probably shouldn't have picked up the shrine right beside him, but I wasn't thinking.
Might of his hand!
Who is this Soul Eater? Of course it's a Soul Eater. I think the bosses are dead. Get the fuck out, Soul Eater. Soul Eater is the biggest counter to any change of command build because of how often you're trying to replace your swords. You just have perma DR. So you either A, have enough damage to where you blow them up even through the DR, or that's it really.
You destroy that which you cannot control.
My innocence be broken!
I like you better.
And that is level what, 96? Let's try to get one more. All right. Okay, cool. Next up is these guys. Where's the second guy?
His power be known!
He's the only one that's left, so this should go very quick. Oh, that's a lot. Eh. Hmm.
We live in his light.
We keep going. You know, at some point I might just say maybe I should accept this Sanguine Mansa, whatever the fuck her name is. Gotten her 4 times in a row when I got all 3 attributes. Oh look, a memory tier. Who would have thunk it? He exists.
Choose your next move very carefully.
Can I just say I hate this game? Can I? I think it'd be fair. I think it'd be very fair. This is number 5.
You do realize who I
How
am,
is
don't you?
how am I just not getting what I should be getting? What are you giving me here? I have Purity of Lightning. You're giving me smites, unholy relic. With Sanguine Mancer, I can start having all the gear items I would have on the eventual kineticist, but Sanguine Mancer. The problem is she just gives fuck all that I need. Like, I don't need pride. Nothing else here matters to me. Maybe Val Vitality, but I think she only uses this when she gets low, so like she's realistically not going to use it. Le Hupe of all. Cross wall and you know what? What'd you say?
Surely you found the kineticist, no, right?
Realize who I am, don't
Surely, right?
Sag.
Alright, where to replace this striker?
If you mean to die, die quickly.
I give up. I don't actually give up. I'm going to keep trying, but I'm going to hide the kineticist, the Sanguine Mancer. As much as it's annoys me that this is number 5 in a row I'm seeing in terms of dex, like all 3 attributes. This is number 5 Sanguine Mancer in a row. You would think I would have seen a kineticist at this point, but no, it's always just freaking this one. But it is what it is. RNG be RNG, and sometimes it is what it is. Is there anything she can't use that kineticist can? Not really. She uses a wand just the same. I think she can use a shield. Pretty sure she can use a shield. Be able to use the helmet. Why haven't I gotten the helmet? Let's get the helmet, shall we? Let's actually just start getting the unique items we need. Crown of the Tyrant. Okay, when I said guess Crown of the Tyrant, I didn't mean make me not hear anything. What the fuck? Okay. All right. Merc, you are not a Crown enjoyer. You are a Lear cast enjoyer. You are a Lear cast fucking enjoyer. Enjoy it.
What happened?
Shit is like 23 divines for the cheapest one.
Cheapest what?
Crown of the Tyrants.
Wait, what? Oh yeah. I actually need that on my mark.
23 fucking divines, yo. You nearby allies deal 50% increased damage. Lear casts. We are not, and I mean not buying that right now. That is not worth at this stage of investment. All right, that shaves off like 2 mil DPS. Not crazy. Do I have a Lear cast? I feel like I should. Yeah, I do. All right, let's empty my inventory other than what I need right now, shall we? All right, so these are the things that you are currently wearing. All right, and this. Yeah. All right.
Go on, out with it. Still here, still looking to make.
Do you
some
know
money.
if
I've made do with worse.
the Sanguine Master can use war staves? I guess there's one way to find out. I actually do have her right on my screen. No, just wands and rune dagger. She can't even use shields. That's unideal, but I guess we'll make do with that. What are we supposed to be using in terms of? You're meant to be using a Cosprey's Will for the extra curse, but because, I mean, actually, no, yeah, Cosprey's Will for low budgets because extra curse with explode gloves. But at this point, garb needed on medium budget? Garb is nice to have, but I'll say that's a high budget purchase, and it's still Cosprey's Will with. What is my merc currently wearing? It's garb with windscreen. Windscreen. I do have a windscreen. Eternal struggle. And then we anoint eternal struggle with you. First enemy, this is sepia black. Do you curse? Not as a baseline, so we need to make you curse is what that means, which means she has Val Vitality, so she'll use that as regen for now. Gloves, asenats. Eternal struggle. I need double black oil. Sepia black. And then windscreen. I scream, you scream. All right. I think this is fine. We're going to rely on all your, I don't know, healing from here, from Val Vitality to keep you alive if needed.
You've already done this before. You are caught in a loop.
When I'm ready, and not before. Die quickly.
Asenath feels really good on top of everything.
My blade, brush. Choice, after all, is part of the craft.
We're going to exile you, in particular, Mr. Strength Dex. And
You'll make my finest piece yet. Ah, you fight better than you choose your allies.
That's a Soul Eater that blocks attacks. So yay. All right, we can actually kill it. Is the funny thing. I don't know that I have this patience, and it's not like we get anything for killing it.
Kneel.
Feeling okay? You're looking a little pale. Exile.
I'm going to leave. Just not going to interact with that guy in hopes that I get a pure strength or pure int that I can then ignore in the next map. Or, you know, could also just straight up get a kineticist. That's always an option. That is always an option. Regicide Mask.
Know your place.
We just have 4 more maps in this set. We've still not seen a single kineticist. Nice. This makes what 16 maps since we started actively doing like strands just to find the kineticist. And of course, we've done more maps since then or before then. This is just, you know. Are there any good unique rune daggers to consider? I mean, none come to mind, and I don't think Kinetis can use a rune dagger. Pretty sure she can't. So that would be a very temporary option for just for the Sanguine Manta, which I kind of do want to entertain the idea of. Another incandescent invitation. Three more.
True strength comes from within, and I know for a fact you
move on. Doesn't matter how this ends. No witnesses.
I was going to leave this without exiling you, but at this rate, I need to exile you guys because, like,
I won't argue it.
you'll just be showing up without remorse.
Die quickly.
Can I click? Ooh, movement speed. Oh, action speed rather. Don't you mind if I do? Ooh, sanctuary. Two more. Once I'm done with this set of 20 maps, I could check Craft of Exile, see how much I made in the meantime, because we have made a decent chunk of profit. But
Yeah, what you haven't made is like an assist.
I'm aware. I'm very aware. But hey, there's still two more maps in the rotation.
I am the judgment of innocence. Made manifest.
I'm ready and not before.
Who are you, fallen reverend? I never thought I'd see myself exiling you, but I guess I don't have to exile you. Battle Mage's Cry and Wrath is kind of nice as well. I have a soft spot for you.
By innocence.
Holy shit, okay.
Take it then. I have no need of it.
I was like, I don't need my defenses. My guy said, you might want to turn on your Val. Just saying, you might want to turn it on real quick.
Hail.
You are nothing.
Look at all that base dots. And then the last map. This is the map we find our kineticist. It only took 60 maps, but I believe in this one. This one in particular.
The unrighteous will be.
Don't ask me why.
Yeah. That's what you're gonna hear.
Okay. Whoever we are going to see is still further ahead. Kineticist. Come on, let's go. Reveal yourself to me.
I survived the pits of Krakow.
Of course it
You
is.
know the rules.
Of course it is.
End of the line.
Because I don't deserve a kineticist, right?
How dare you apart? path, I'll walk mine.
Been looking for you to exile since it's not yet showing up. Yeah, yeah, exiled now. I don't see it again. I don't know why they would limit us to only 3 mercenaries, limit us to 3 exiles. Like, my guy.
Body and strike true.
We're only cutting down the pool into a third, and that's even if it's even a third. We have 3 different elements. Then we have 3 hybrids for everything. 3 intersections.
17 mods.
What do you mean by the worst T17 mods?
Like just for like a life-based build.
Remove life. Okay, there's remove life on hits. Well, there's that. There is volatile cores. There is probably marked for death in like for most situations. And then just like minus res recovery rate of life without instant leeches or instant recovery is despair.
Penetration.
10 as well. We already said minus max res, so there's that. Yeah. All right, buddy. You win this round. You win this freaking round. I dropped 2 sacred orbs, multiple divines, multiple exalts from heist in the time it took me to find a kinetic, and I still haven't found her. But it's all good. It's all good. How many blueprints do we have? Well, in the form of contracts, we have literally over 200 contracts. These 2 are like 100. These 2 are like 100, and then they change like 300, like 300 total contracts, as well as blueprints in the. I would say this is maybe 60 blueprints or something, like rough estimate without actually adding this up. 60-ish blueprints, which is a lot of money. I mean, 10 blueprints is 350C. So that times 6. That's 21, actually more than 21, a bit over 2100 C, 2450 C estimated, which is over 10 divines in just blueprints. But we go again later. For now, I'm gonna be taking a break because screw these mercenaries, man. It is something when you have to hunt for them. But we'll continue off stream and we'll find one eventually, and then we can actually give her all the items we need her to have. And then past that, we're going to be upgrading to high budgets in the next few days. Not necessarily tomorrow, because I haven't even POB'd it yet. And we are not necessarily going to POB it tomorrow either. We're going to keep play testing this and stress testing it essentially, and we'll see how that goes. First things first, kineticist has to show up. So when the kinetics show up, then we can go from there. Before we actually just end, let's just show let's show our wealthy exile with the changes from all the maps. Now keep in mind this isn't going to show blueprints and whatnot, I don't think. Yeah, we did make quite a bit of currency. We got some divines in, but that's also from some sales as well. We got 8 simulacrums, a whole bunch of like 8 simulacrums, almost 9 basically is what this means. 20 Jula Delirium Orbs. We got 9 Fine Deli Orbs, 2 Sacred Orbs, Echoes. That reminds me, what did I even get from you? I forgot to check. Theater of Lies. Oh, Courtyard of Wasting. Yeah, I do need that for the challenge. That's the... I need 2 more of that. So this is one of them. The next one would then be the finishing of this challenge, putting me on 30 over 40. And then we'll probably go through all of these before TLI on the 17th. But yeah, for now, we're going to take a break. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate y'all. Till then, have a good night.